I'm not singing Gary Newman stuff, but I do own it all. On the stage at the Met. On this very stage, Joy Division played. The gig deteriorated into a riot. Mick Jewell sang Vienna. Hugh Cornwell, the Strangler, performed. He wasn't very quiet. Toyota proclaimed, "It's a mystery," as she danced around this hall. And now, Richard Easton reads some poems. It's lovely to meet you all. This poem is called My Cat. I love cats. A pussy cat with happy paws. This kitty is our pet. A kitten raised, he purrs so loud and poses little threat. Then his claws protrude from his murder mittens whilst he's sitting on my knee. There's a predator inside his mind, and if he could, he would kill me. Mice, birds, frogs and pigeons are all his normal prey, but he'd stalk, catch, kill and eat me if he could have his way. This killer living in our home, who I love with all my heart, if given a chance, his teeth and claws would rip us all apart. Cats have been in the news recently, haven't they? Which prompted me to write, or trying to write. I got stuck with it, to be honest. You might be able to help me out. It's only a short one. When a multi-millionaire Premier League footballer takes pleasure from kicking a cat, a wannabe poet who's worked hard all his life takes pleasure from calling him a... I'll credit you. Come and see me afterwards, I'll credit you. Stuck on that one for a couple of weeks. Wasps. The family sit around the garden table. The barbecue lit, the weather beautiful, a sunny weekend in June. Burgers and sausages sizzle away. The beers are chilled, it's a fabulous day, an idyllic afternoon. A barbecued feast now on the table, a family gathering so delightful, until uninvited guests arrive, wearing yellow and black and buzzing to be here, desperate it seems to get into my beer, straight from a nearby hive. I'm sure they have a place in nature's scheme, these bloody wasps that always teem whenever we dine al fresco. These angry little bastards with attitude, I wish they'd buzz off when we eat our food and stop hovering around my tomato. I put this one in yesterday. It's called Borders, which are the imaginary lines put in place to divide and keep people over there and not here. But the birds don't care as they fly through the air and return freely again every year. Territorial boundaries, a village or a city, a county or a nation. But the clouds don't care, drifting freely through the air, carrying a deluge of irrigation. Butterflies dance over a field in France, amongst the poppies where so many lives ended. But the flowers don't care, their pollen carried in the air, across the lines those young men defended. A presidential vision, a Russian invasion, tanks crossing lines in the snow, controlling resources, ignoring the voices as we wonder how far this will go. Those lines on a map, denoting the territory, the national boundary that it confirms. But COVID-19 didn't care as it spread through the air. Human boundaries are irrelevant to germs. This is called The Angels of the North, who dug the canals, they built the mills, they dug the tunnels through Lancashire Hills with picks and shovels to build and construct the viaducts and the aqueducts. enriching the nation, generating wealth, an industrial revolution at what cost to their health as they farmed the fields and dug the coal, a life underground that took its toll. The ship canal connected the north to the four corners of the earth and attracted a workforce united by hope that couldn't be any more diverse. Their homes were squalid, their appearance pallid through disease and malnutrition, the dreadful homes where they simply existed in diabolical deprivation. So as the nation prospered through the toil of the angels of the north, the cotton towns began to sprawl, recruitment grounds for the wars. These worker bees who gave their all were worked into their graves. They died by the thousand, no reward for their labour. These people were surely slaves. Went to the automatic beforehand and had a spicy pizza. My mouth is so dry. This one's called Rush Hour, seeing as you're all back at work and you're ruining my journey. Up at 6:30, not looking your best, showered and shaved, time to get dressed, 7:30 a.m. and you're already stressing. You should have left by now, but your suit still needs pressing. 7:45, getting red in the face, you'll struggle today to get a parking space. You get in the car to start your commute, now stuck behind a bus on its regular route. Got to get there on time to avoid being late, got to get on the motorway by 7:45. So many different people, so busy and in a rush, pushing to the front, creating a crush. Got to get to the office and log on time, it's 8:20 a.m, got to be there for 9. There's so many cars, so many empty seats, so many different tunes, so many different beats. Bumper to bumper, queuing through congestion, queuing, stressing, pressure and tension. The 8:30 news, but traffic has slowed. You should be nearly there, not stuck on the slip road. The pressure increasing to get through the junction, got to get through these lights, there's so much aggression. Snarling and growling, risking and daring, stopping and starting, nobody caring. Sat-nav arrival time, 9:05. That might be the case if you're still alive, but it was 9:04, another minute gone. You should be on the bypass, not needing one. Edging forward and the lights start to change. Who stops for a red light? He's screaming in rage. The lights turn to green. You manage to get through, joining the back of another queue. The road narrows to one lane to get past the parked wagon. The dashboard reports 16 to the gallon. At last you arrive as it starts to rain. Your space couldn't be any further away. Well over an hour between departure and arrival as you get out the car and step in a puddle. The heavens open as you cross to the door. Your suit is looking dishevelled once more. As you walk in the office, late for a meeting, a colleague greets you. You reply, "Good morning." My eyebrows are going grey. I'm blessed with a fine head of hair, and my colour has remained. My dark brown hair, some may say black, has very little grey, but my eyebrows, well, they're struggling. And the grey ones, they seem stronger. They're winning a race over the natural dark and grow faster and much longer. And now I've also got grey hair growing out of my ears. I try my best, but return so fast I'm developing grey hair fears. I plucked them out with tweezers, see, and now I'm back on top. But there's grey hairs growing inside my nose that I really need to crop. They tickle my nostrils when I breathe, and you'd think I was picking my nose, but I'm really not. It's hairs, not snot, that I'm trying to depose. Man flu. Don't laugh. A man cut down in the prime of his life means that this is no joke. But it prompts a frown for an unsympathetic wife as he coughs and starts to croak. Yeah. Don't let anyone try to tell you that this is just a cold. The impact upon the male is untrue. It's a horror to behold. This viral infection discriminates, only attacking us men. There's no vaccination to mitigate this airborne pathogen. The speed with which the fever comes and attacks its victim's health, the alpha male soon becomes a shadow of himself. Crash on the couch, wrapped in a duvet, watching the Cartoon Network. The cure I can vouch is chicken soup. Nothing else will work. So see it through for 2 or 3 days is all that you can do to survive and hopefully recover from the horrors of man flu. I was a police officer for just over 30 years, and I retired a couple of years ago. And I've done all sorts of stuff. But one of the hardest things is passing a death message. And that can be harder, not because of the actual message itself, but because of your own vulnerability. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly at a point and you have to go and tell someone and they're really upset, it can really affect you. This one's called Next of Kin. Details over the radio. Your name and address. My job? To pass a message, to deliver you distress. I compose myself as I make my way, practicing the words that I might say. It never gets any easier, though I've done it often before. And compose myself for a second or two, and then I knock on your door. I see you approach through the frosted glass, your life about to change with the message I will pass. The shock on your face soon changes to fear, seeing me in this place. You realise why I'm here. You hope it's something else as our worlds collide, but you know the truth. Can I come inside? You offer me tea, trying to delay, not wanting to hear what I have to say. Would you like to sit down? I have some bad news. You wonder which loved one you're about to lose. I say the words, who, how, when and where. Your eyes drop to the floor as you sit in the chair. I'm looking for a sign that you'll be all right, and search for a friend who can come here tonight. This irreversible change that I've brought to your life, the sudden numbness from normal to strife, the unfillable void, the sense of grief. I make you a tea. Our acquaintance is brief. Then a knock at the door. That friend has come round. Your time to grieve. The moment profound. I take my leave and close the door. In the car I reflect. We've not met before, but you'll never forget when I knocked on your door. The one time we met, the day I imparted news of a loved one now sadly departed. 6198, a result when you're ready, to comms over the air. The death message has been passed, next to kin are informed and aware. 6198, thanks for that. I've got a domestic that's just come in, a child has phoned via 999. Mum and Dad are fighting again. The hole in the sky. The wreckage of my life that sits on the floor near the cash machine or the supermarket door with a cardboard cup and a cardboard chair, begging to survive. Does anybody care? A passing stranger avoids eye contact. Spare me change, please. How will he react? A few quid if I'm lucky. Maybe ignored or abused, resigned and alone, depressed and confused. Another group of young lads, what will they say? I earned my money, you chose to live this way. Subjected to another verbal assault. Get a job, you lazy bastard, it's your own fault. These consequences that I face every day, my poor decisions, what can I say? A past that resulted in me having to beg. I have nowhere to live, and shrapnel in my leg. I have to fight for this spot if I'm going to exist, but it's hard to retain if I'm stoned or pissed. It's difficult to quit. I've got a habit to feed. Any shame I once felt now replaced by need, issues with alcohol, cocaine, heroin. Real human parasites intent on exploiting. I'm addicted to spice, I'm addicted to ket. Everything that I own is here and wet. The cost of my health, the impact of my life. It cost me my family, my home and my wife. So I live on the street, no friends I can trust, no family, no future, no purpose, I'm bust. No ambition or drive, the life I once had could not be recovered. I was once a dad. Now living in a perpetual moment of Groundhog Minute. I've done my atonement, but this is my lot. Imagine my plight. Sleeping in the car park every night. My headaches from the chemicals, nulling memories brought back from 3 years in Afghanistan and 2 tours of Iraq. The vulnerability of my broken mind, alone and compromised. Please try to be kind. Just say good morning as you walk on by. I served my country and saw my friends die. This is called Shoelaces. It's the last one. When we all had younger faces, you'd wipe my mouth and nose. You used to tie my laces and help me with my clothes. When we all had younger faces, you'd get me something to eat. When we got into the car, you'd strap me in the seat. I jumped off a swing and broke my arm when I was only little, but you finished work regardless and took me to hospital. Now many decades have passed by, our roles it seems have changed. I don't know how you feel about this, but you mustn't feel ashamed. As you shiver from the cold, I help you in your coat, guide your arms into the sleeves as memories are evoked, memories recalled from a time when I was just a lad. We all had younger faces then, and I had a younger mum and dad. I get you food and make sure you eat. I take your list to the supermarket. You have a blue badge in your car, so it's easier for you to park it. As I wheel you around the hospital, a sad thought comes to mind. Despite all the things we did together, there was so much wasted time. I kneel on the floor in front of you. We both wear older faces. I help you putting on your shoes, and then I tie your laces.